Now, that very day, two of them were on their way to a village called Emmaus. Let's see, 13. I got to scroll down
13
here.
at page
Yeah, there we are.
352, right?
35, yeah, just the end of 352.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the very end of 352.
Cho nó to lên mất chữ tiếng Việt rồi.
Okay. Maybe I should have written in that word Emmaus.
Nghe tiếng không?
Emmaus. Like this. Us.
Cái đoạn nhạc chỉnh ở đâu ta?
Emmaus. Okay. You're learning some new names here, but that's okay. You'll learn how to pronounce them without knowing the meaning. Okay. Now, that very day, two of them were on their way to a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles, or that's 11 kilometers from Jerusalem. They were talking to each other about all the things that had happened. Okay, kid?
Yes. Now, that very day, two of them were on their way to a village called
Emmaus.
Emmaus, about 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking to each other about all these things that had happened.
Yeah, good. Go ahead, Tung.
Yes.
Hay này đọc hai câu.
Now that very day, two of them were on their way to a village called Emmaus.
Emmaus. Do you have the words on your screen? Can you see that? Where the cursor is blinking?
Yes, I saw
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Cái này là Emmaus.
Emmaus. About 7 miles from Jerusalem. They were talking to each other about all the things that had happened.
Go ahead, Anne. Oh, maybe she's not here yet.
No.
Yeah.
No. I can start now. Now that very day, two of them were on their way to a village called
Emmaus.
About 7 miles from Jerusalem.
Yeah.
They were talking to each other about all the things that had happened. Why?
Okay. Now, just stop there. Now, and make sure that when you say the word about, you get the T on the end, okay?
About.
Yeah, that's it. About. It's so easy to drop the last letter. About. Yeah. If you say about, I know what you mean, but it's not good English. About. Yeah, that's good.
About.
Yeah, and then the other words, thing. Let's see now. Down here. Here. You see down there? Things. So you gotta. Yeah, that's it. Things, and then it's like think. You gotta. Put your tongue out between your lips, and then start that sound in your throat. Thing. That's it. Thing. That's it. And think. Think. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Very good. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, we'll go on to, oh yeah, I was going to tell you that in Canada, we used to use miles, but now that's what they call the English system. But about 30 years ago, we changed over to metric and we use kilometers. However, it's very confusing to the people because all the roads are 1 mile apart. And you can't change the roads. And in the province where I come from, where it's very flat and level, the roads are straight. So it's just like squares on a piece of paper. So every road is 1 mile apart. But now, since they changed to kilometers, it's a little confusing because 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. And we used to talk about acres, but now we talk about hectares. And we used to talk about gallons, but now we use liters. We used to use pounds, but now we weigh in kilograms. So Canada made a change, but it's been taking a long time, especially for old people to change. But United States never did change. They still use miles, gallons, kilogram, or pounds, and it costs the country a lot of money to change over to the metric system. However, I admit that the metric system is much better than the old English system. Okay.
So in Canada, people drive car on the left or right side?
Oh, on the right hand. Yeah, they drive on the right side. Over in Hong Kong and Singapore, they drive on the wrong side. Oh, Tung, I got to tell you a little funny story. Now, I'll try to speak slowly. Over in Sweden, this was in Ireland. So the Irish people always do things different. So they used to drive on the left side, okay? And but then they decided, no, we're going to change, and we'll change over to the right side. Well, in Sweden, when they did that, they did it one night at 12 o'clock at night, and they switched over, and there was no problem. But the Irish, they said, no, we're going to do it different. We're going to let the ladies go first. You understand? So if the ladies went first, there'd be a lot of accidents. Okay.
In Vietnam, we have a sentence that don't sell petrol gas to women.
Oh. I see. I never heard that one before. Okay. So Anne, we're picking on you. Okay, now number 15. While they were talking and debating these things, Jesus himself approached and began to accompany them. But their eyes were kept from recognizing him. So I think that was God's doing. God kept them from recognizing Jesus. Okay, go ahead, kid.
Yeah. While they were talking and debating these things, Jesus himself approached and began to accompany them, but their eyes were kept from recognizing him.
The word kept, you didn't get it quite right. Kept, yeah, kept.
Kept.
Yeah, yeah, good. Okay, Tung?
While they were talking and debating these things, Jesus himself approached and began to accompany them. But their eyes were kept from recognizing him.
Now, the word recognizing, you see there on the screen, recognizing. You kind of miss the G a little bit, recognizing. Now, I think I'm going to change that. I think it's more recognizing. Yeah, recognizing. Yeah,
Recognizing.
good. Okay, Ann.
15, 16.
While they were talking and debating these things, Jesus himself approached and began to accompany them. But their eyes were kept from recognizing him.
Yeah, very good. Now, just a couple of words. You still have, you'll have to practice this word things.
Things.
Things, yeah.
Things.
That's better, yeah. It's maybe easy to say it when it's by itself, but when you get it in a sentence, it's so easy to say things.
Things.
Yeah.
Things.
Oh, there's millions of people in the world that say things instead of things.
Things.
Yeah. And then one more word in verse 15 is approached. You see on the screen there? Approached.
Approach.
Yeah, you got to get that T on the end. The ED is like a T. Approached.
Approached.
That's it. Yeah.
Approached.
Good.
Approached.
That's it. Very good. Done joy. Okay, 17 and 18. Then he said to them, what? Oh, I got it. 17 and 18. Then he said to them, what are these matters you are discussing so intently as you walk along? And they stood still, looking sad. Then one of them, named Cleopas, answered him, are you the only visitor to Jerusalem who doesn't know the things that have happened there in these days? Okay, now, so it seemed like Jesus was just kind of pretending that he didn't know, but he was, and all this news was about him, that he had been crucified and then God raised him from the dead on the third day. So the whole city of Jerusalem would know. And during that time, they were having this big celebration of the Passover. So there would have been probably over 1 million people in Jerusalem, which is about the population of Kanta. Apparently Kanta now, the population I think is about 1.8 million or something like that. It's growing fast. Okay, go ahead, Kit.
Yeah, 17. Then he said to them, what are these matters you are discussing so intently as you walk along? And they stood still, looking sad. Then one of them, named I don't know.
Cleopas.
Cleopas answered him, are you the only visitor to Jerusalem who doesn't know the things that have happened there in these days. So many
Yeah.
TH sound.
Oh, stop
TH
there.
sound.
Stop there. Okay. A couple of words. The word discussing in verse 17. Discussing.
Discussing.
Yeah. Maybe I'll write that in there.
Discussing.
Discussing. That's just talking back and forth, not arguing, but just discussing a certain subject.
Discussing.
Yeah. Discussing. Yeah. That's a pretty good word. Discussing.
Discussing.
Well,
Discussing.
Discussing. Yeah.
Discussing.
Yeah. The emphasis on the second syllable.
What?
Discussing.
What do I read? What did I read? What did I say that?
Say it again. Say it again.
Discussing.
That's good. Yeah. Discussing. Yeah. You got it.
Discussing.
Good. And then, what was this other word? Oh yeah, walk. Walk.
Walk.
Yeah, walk. That's it. Yeah. Okay, walk. Yeah, good. Okay there, Mr. Tung.
Yes, 17.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said to them, "What are these matters you are discussing so intently as you walk along?" And they stood still, looking sad. Then one of them, named Cleopas, answered him, "Are you the only visitor to Jerusalem who doesn't know the things that have happened there in these days?"
Oh, that's very good, Tung. Have you been practicing? That's very good. Okay, Anne.
Then he said to them, "What are these matters you are discussing so intently as you walk along?" And they stood still, looking sad. Then one of them, named Cleopas, answered him, "Are you the only visitor to Jerusalem who doesn't know the things that have happened there in this day?"
Yeah, that's good.
Quá nhiều anh hỏi.
Anne, when you say the word that, you get that th sound right. That.
That.
So, yeah. So when you say these other words that start with th, you just think about how you say that, and then you say
That.
things.
Thing.
Yeah. Or you say there, or these. They all start with that same sound as that. Oh,
That.
except things is a little different.
Thing.
With the word
Thing.
things and think and thank
Thing.
and thought, you have to kind of breathe out at the same time. Yeah.
Thank.
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah. Now let's see now. Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Okay, we'll continue 19 and 20. He said to them, "What things?" And this is their answer. "The things concerning Jesus the Nazarene," they replied, "a man who, with his powerful deeds and words, proved to be a prophet before God and all the people, and how our chief priests and rulers handed him over
Please.
to be condemned to death and crucified him. Oh, that was unbelievable. Okay, go ahead, Kit.
He said to them, "What things? The things concerning Jesus the Nazarene." They replied, "A man who, with his powerful deeds
Mhm.
and works,
Yeah.
proved to be a prophet before God and all the people, and how our chief priests and rulers handed him over to be condemned to
Mhm.
death and crucified him."
Yeah. Oh, very good. Now, this in 19 words. Let's see.
Words.
Yeah. Now, you see, this word, word is easy to say. Word. But now, words it's more difficult. It comes like this: words, words, words. Yeah.
Works.
So
Works.
yeah. So
Works.
that
Works.
words. Yeah.
Works.
Words.
Works.
That's it. Yeah. Good. Very good. Very good. That's a difficult sound. Yeah.
Yeah, but Google Meet don't understand me.
Well, yeah, I do. Oh, yes.
When I look at the caption, Google Meet don't understand what I say.
Okay. Yeah, you know, that's a good way to see if you're speaking right. If I turn the captions on, if the computer understands your English is pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, Tung.
Yes.
Ủa, hàng sao
And
cái gì không bị tắt được?
oh, he said to them, "What things? The things concerning Jesus the Nazarene."
Nazarene. Yeah, Nazarene.
Nazarene.
He was called that because he came from the town of Nazareth. Yeah.
Yeah, Nazarene. They replied, "A man who, with his powerful deeds and words, proved to be a prophet before God and all the people, and how our chief priests and rulers handed him over to be
Condemned.
condemned to death and crucified him."
Right. Yes.
Chuẩn bị đi chị ơi.
That's a very nice description they gave of Jesus, a man who, with his powerful deeds and words,
20.
proved to be a prophet before God and all the people. So that's a very nice description of Jesus. Okay, Anne.
He said to them, "What things? The things concerning
Yeah, that's it. Good.
Jesus the Nazarene.
Nazarene.
The
Yeah.
Nazarene. They replied, "A man who, with his powerful deeds and words, proved to be a prophet before God and all the people,
Mhm.
and how our chief priest and ruler handed him over to be condemned.
Yeah, that's right. Condemned. Yeah.
Condemned to death and crucified, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Crucify him.
Yeah, very good. When they, you missed a couple of classes, Anne, but when they crucified Jesus, they hung him on a cross. They hung him on a cross until he died. That is one of the most cruel ways to punish a person, is to hang them on a cross and let them hang there until they die. But for Jesus, he died within 6 hours because they had treated him so cruel before that. They had whipped him until his back was bleeding, and they put that crown of thorns on his head, so his head was bleeding. So because they had treated him so cruel before that, he died within 6 hours. Okay. Okay, now 21 and 22. This is the couple speaking. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. Not only this, but it is now the third day since these things happened. Furthermore, some women of our group amazed us. They were at the tomb early this morning. Okay, now that word, they had hoped Jesus was going to redeem Israel. What that means is they hoped that he would come as a leader and sort of rescue the country of Israel from the Roman Empire, because Israel was treated, they were occupied by the Roman Empire, just like Vietnam was occupied by France for about 80 years. And so the people here had to learn French, and the policemen on the street were French, and everything was controlled by the French, and the Vietnamese didn't like it. So the same in Israel. They didn't like it that they were controlled by the Romans. So they had hoped that Jesus would be the one that would get the people together and chase the Romans out of Israel, but it didn't happen. Okay, go ahead, Keith.
Yeah. But he had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel. Not only this, but it is now the third day. Third day since these things happened. Furthermore, some women of our group amazed us. They were at the tomb early this morning.
Very good, very good. So you see, they said this is the third day. So Jesus was crucified at 9 o'clock Friday morning. So then he died Friday afternoon, and he was put in the tomb Friday before sunset. So he was in the tomb Friday night and all day Saturday, and then he rose sometime on Sunday. Now, the Jewish way of measuring time was that their day began at sunset, and that's when the day ended. So the first night The first day was Friday. The second day was Saturday, which ended Saturday evening at sunset. And so the third day would be Sunday, which began on our Saturday evening. So sometime after Saturday evening, we don't know, but that sometime after Saturday evening, God raised him from the dead. So in the morning, Sunday morning, the tomb was empty, okay? Okay, your turn, Tung.
Okay,
Nó tôi nói giọng cho.
but
Sao
we
vậy?
had hoped
Thầy chỉ có gì kỳ chị
that
có sao đâu.
he was the one who was going to
Nấu cơm hay gì
redeem
đó.
Israel. Not only this, but it is now the third day since these things happened. Furthermore, some women of our group amazed us. They were at the tomb early this morning.
Yeah, well, you know, that's about 95%. Just a little improvement, Tung, with the word this. You made it sound a little bit like this, but this. And then the third day, the third day.
Third day.
Yeah, those TH sounds are really bad for Vietnamese. I don't know why they use so many TH sounds in English. I never realized it until I started teaching English. Okay, Anne.
21. But we had hoped that he was the one who was going to redeem Israel.
Israel.
Yeah.
Israel.
Mhm.
Not only this, but it is now the third day since the things happened. Furthermore, some women of our group amazed us. They were at the tomb early this morning. And
Yeah. Okay. You know, Anne, you said the word they, perfect. They. Okay. You remember those two words, that and they. And that'll help you with those other TH sounds, like the word the and this. You should maybe just practice in front of a mirror or say the word they 100 times, and then
they.
yeah, and also that, because you say them
that.
yeah, you say them properly, and once you get that TH sound, maybe it'll just come natural to say the and these,
The.
okay?
The.
Yeah, very good. Okay, yeah, you know, if you three students get to say these TH sounds right, you will be speaking better than a lot of Vietnamese teachers here in Canada. Because I'm teaching now at Taito University, and some of the English, I teach along with every time with another Vietnamese teacher, and their English is not real good, and they are teachers at university. Yeah, okay, 23, 24. And when they did not find his body, they came back, and now this is about the women. And when they did not find his body, they came back and said they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Now, next page. Then some of those who were with us went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but they did not see him. Okay. Good. Kid.
Sorry. Tùng, did you have page 354?
Oh, I see. I didn't show it. Oh, just a second. Okay, I will. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, how come I didn't? Okay. Are you sure? I'll send it again. Whoop. Okay. What's going on here? How come I can't find it? Oh,
Web.
that's a mystery. Huh. Okay, I tell you, I got to go back here. Whoop. 355, 354. Okay, now I'll go to, now I go to Zello. Zello. No, Monday 5.
No, Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, that's it. So, little wonder I couldn't find it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this old man. Yeah, okay, there. I'm 2 days, I'm 2 days. I lost 2 days somewhere. Did it come? You got it?
Yes. Okay, I will read.
Yeah.
We will read.
24 and 25.
Yes.
Maybe I'll read it again. Then
23.
Oh yeah, 23 and 24.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Go ahead.
And when they did not find his body, they came back and said they had seen a vision, right? Vision or vision, but
Vision, yeah,
yeah,
vision.
Of angels who said he was alive. Then some of those who were with us went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but they did not see him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, very good. Okay, Tung.
Yes. And when they did not find his body, they came back and said they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Then some of those who were with us went to the tomb and found it just as the women had said, but they did not see him.
Very good. And
Yeah.
And when they did not find his body, they came back and said they had seen a vision of angels who said he was alive. Then some of those who were with us went to the tomb and found it just as the woman had said, but they did not see him.
yes, very good. Now, just a couple words, and that word tomb, T-O-M-B.
Tomb.
Yeah.
Tomb.
Right. is kind of like T-O-M-B.
Tomb.
It's pronounced sort of like this, tomb, okay?
Tomb.
Yeah. The B is silent.
Chung.
And then,
Tomb.
yeah, the word women is very tricky. Women.
Tomb.
You see, it's written like that, but it's pronounced like this. Women.
Women.
Yeah, women.
Women.
When it's more than one. But you see, one woman is like this. Woman.
Women. Woman.
Yeah. So this is just one woman. One woman.
One woman.
So you are the
Women.
only woman with us today, okay?
Yeah.
Women.
One woman.
Woman.
One woman. But if we had two, we'd say two women.
Mhm.
So you just got to remember that the way it's spelled, the O should, it sounds like an E. So that's just strange. That's all I can say.
Strange.
Yeah. So now, I hope that as we read this, you're kind of getting a little picture in your mind of what happened. Here was this man, Jesus, a wonderful teacher and a wonderful man, and the kind of the religious leaders of Jerusalem were jealous of him and envied him and began to hate him, and so they crucified him, hoping that they'd never hear about him again. But it must have been a real earthquake to their souls when God raised him up again so that he was living. And this is the only person we know in history who died and was in a grave and came alive again. So,
And
so this has changed the world a lot.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Bác Mô, and after Jesus rise up, and how long he died again?
Oh, he never did die again. Yeah,
What
he was with.
What happened?
Yeah, he was with the Jewish people for 40 days with his friends, not the Jewish people, but just with his friends. And we'll read about that next week. And then one day when they were with him, God took him up into the clouds, and they just saw him disappear.
Yeah. Okay.
So today, I believe he's living in heaven. He's with God in heaven. And so he never has died. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he made the promise to his disciples that someday in the future, he would come back to this earth. And I believe that's going to happen too. And when it happens, I think it's going to change. There's going to be a lot of big changes in this world. Yeah. So that's very interesting. I'm looking for that day. Yeah. Okay. Now, okay, 25. Now this is Jesus speaking. So he said to them, "You foolish people, how slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Wasn't it necessary for the Christ to suffer these things and enter into glory?" Maybe we'll read 3 sentences. "And then beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted to them the things written about himself in all the scripture." Now, you see, the Bible has 2 parts. There's one part that's the history of the Jewish people before Jesus was born. And that's called the Old Testament. And then the second part of the Bible is what happened after Jesus was born. And the second part of the Bible covers a period of about 100 years. But the first part of the Bible covers a period of about over 2,000 years. And So that's very interesting also. But it's really everything in the many things that were written in that Old Testament were symbolic, or they were pointing ahead to the time that Jesus would come. So that's what he was referring to here to these people. Don't you understand that this was supposed to happen? So then he must have taken the Bible, the Old Testament then, and he explained to them many things that were written about himself. But they still didn't understand or realize that this was Jesus himself who was talking to them. Okay, go ahead, Kit, 25, 26, and 27.
Yes. So he said to them, "You foolish people, how slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Wasn't it necessary? Yeah. Necessary for..."
No, I'm good. Just a second. I'm going to. Oh, see there on the
Yes.
screen.
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw that.
Necessary.
Necessary.
Exactly. Yeah, it must be.
Yes. For the Christ to suffer these things and enter into his glory. Then beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted to them the things written about himself in all the scriptures.
Yeah. Now, just the one word, written. Okay?
Written.
Yeah. In verse 27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Written.
I'll put that in here. Written.
Written.
Written. Yeah. So that would be like written. Yeah.
Written.
Yeah. That's like what was wrote. Yeah. Written about him. Good. Okay, Tung.
Yes. So he said to them, "You foolish people, how slow of heart to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Wasn't it necessary for the Christ to suffer these things and enter into his glory? Then beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted.
Now that's a kind of tricky word. That's a new word for you. It comes from the word interpretation. So now if I'm speaking English and then somebody speaks for me in Vietnamese, that's called interpretation. And then interpret. So it's kind of like explaining, interpreted.
And what is the difference between interpreter and translator?
Interpreted. Translation. That's just in writing, to translate. When you write, if you take a book written in English and you write it in Vietnamese, that's called translation. But interpretation, that's when one person speaks and the other one changes it to another language and tells the people in another language what was just said. So often that happens for me. If I have some friends that know English and Vietnamese very good, So sometimes when I'm speaking to a gathering of Vietnamese, I say one sentence and then they say it in Vietnamese. They interpret for me. And it's a bit like Google Translate. Google Translate. But really it's Google, yeah, it's Translate because it also puts it in words, it writes it, but it also interprets it. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay, Tung?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, Anne.
So he said to them, "You foolish people, how slow of heart to believe on that the prophets have spoken. Wasn't it necessary for the Christ
Necessary. Yeah, Christ. Yeah.
necessary for the Christ to suffer these things and enter into his glory?" Then, beginning with
Moses.
and all the prophets, he interpreted to them the things written about himself in all the scriptures.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay, now Anne, we're going to make you a teacher today. Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll go back to where we started. That was at verse 13. Now, I want you, like I used to do, read, I'd say the word once or maybe twice, and then Kiet and Tung can say it after you. And then if you have trouble with a word, I'll help you, Anne, okay?
Okay.
So you go ahead.
Miles. Emmaus.
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 Good.
Jerusalem.
Yeah, good.
About.
Yeah.
Approach.
Yeah, good.
Debating.
Yeah.
Discussing.
Yeah.
Accompany.
Yeah.
Company. Word. Prevented. Recognizing.
Yeah.
Said. Discussing. Exchanging. Another.
Oh, another. Yeah.
Another.
See, that O is like a U.
Another.
So, another. Yeah.
Another.
No. Another.
Another.
Yeah. Another. That's it.
Another.
Yeah.
Pretending.
Yeah. Yeah.
Intensely. Cleopas. Answered. Unaware. Happen.
Yeah.
Jerusalem. Thing.
Yeah. Things. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Think.
Yes, good.
Sight.
Uh-huh.
God. Word.
Uh-huh. Words.
Words.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good. Whoop, sorry.
People.
Yeah. Yeah, when you say the word people, you got to kind of pull your cheeks back and stretch your lips, and then your tongue goes up. People. Okay? That's it.
Full.
Yeah.
Dead.
Deed. Yeah.
Deliver. Sentence.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah.
Miracle.
No, miracle.
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 Miracle. Yeah.
Condemned.
Yeah.
Third.
Third.
Third. Third.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazed.
Yeah.
Israel.
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 Yeah.
Israel.
Yeah. So now, if you went on a holiday today, you could. The country of Israel is still there, and you could go to the city of Jerusalem. But there's always some trouble there. Okay, continue.
Tomb. Come.
Yeah.
Alive.
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 Yeah.
Angel. Death. Tomb. Women. Woman. Impeccable.
Yeah, that word impeccable means almost perfect.
Yes.
So, you see, your English is getting to be almost impeccable.
I hope so.
Yeah, so the way for your English to become impeccable is 3 ways. Practice, 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 okay?
Yeah, become a native speaker.
And it takes a lot of discipline. Discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, yeah.
Sad. Foolish.
Yeah,
Heart.
yeah,
Believe. Roughest.
yeah.
Half. Necessary.
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 No, necessary.
Necessary.
Not quite yet. Necessary.
Necessary.
Yeah, necessary.
Necessary.
That's it. You got it there.
Necessary.
Yeah, đúng rồi.
Grace.
Christ.
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 Yeah.
King.
Okay.
King.
Okay. Whoop.
Oh, I see. Glory.
Yeah.
It is duplicate because I read it was before. Interpret.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Moses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moses.
Moses. Yeah.
Moses. Scripture.
Scripture. Yeah. Scripture.
Scripture. Interpretation.
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 So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 syllables. 5 syllables.
Interpretation.
Perfect.
Interpreted.
Yeah. Good.
Interpreted. Written.
Yeah. Yeah.
Abroad. Talk. Urge.
Yeah. Now I think that's as far as we went. Let's see, where did we stop?
Yeah.
We stopped 27.
Yes.
Okay. Hetsoi, samsoi. Good. Oh, that's very good. I'm really pleased with your progress.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Did you dinner?
No, I'm going to have it now. I got a class at 7:30.
Okay.
So I'll have my dinner now.
Yeah.
So someday, I hope I can come into Saigon and we can all get together for dinner or lunch, maybe.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go to Saigon, just tell us.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. Someday, I have to come into the city because